Hey guys, I made my own little nuclear test video. Check it out. I'm not very good yet with film, so please be patient. Let's see how it works. That's my little nuclear test video using the sun, only the sun, and we'll see how they did the same thing.
2, 1.
So like I did, start out with a lens flare, just point the camera at the sun. That's just the sun, okay? That looks like my video. And all they did was layer some clouds on top, which I haven't figured out to do. I don't think it's that hard. I just haven't figured out how to do it yet. I will. And you notice these clouds in the foreground, they don't move. So there's supposed to be this huge nuclear explosion, and the clouds aren't moving. Look at those clouds in the foreground do not move at all. And then they kind of squish the sun a little bit, kind of like Beyonce squished her baby. Now it's kind of a regular sun. They kind of faded out into the actual sunset now. You have a few different clouds, and they kind of merged two images together, I believe. And now you have a regular sunset. And that's just a regular sunset probably at this point. Real clouds, possibly. That's a sunset. Okay, here's another lens flare as usual. Just a big bright light. And now you got what looks like the sun, half the sun. And then they just cut off the bottom half somehow, layered in the sky or water, whatever that was. And this, I believe, is just conventional TNT. All right, I looked at some footage of regular TNT, and it looks just like that, regular explosions. And if you notice, those white clouds around in the background, they look like they're about 5 feet above the ground. So those are fake. That's another layer of clouds added in. Those clouds are not that low. Those clouds look like they're at about the 10-foot mark of the base of the mushroom stalk of smoke. You know, there's no way those clouds are that low. So it makes it look like that mushroom cloud is about 5 miles high. That's all that is. There's no way that mushroom cloud is 5 miles high. There's no way it's going above normal clouds at a normal height. Those clouds appear to be too low, so it gives the effect that this mushroom cloud is miles high in the sky. There's just no way. All right, that's completely an optical illusion. It's a deception made by the government using our money, using our tax dollars to deceive us. They're not protecting us, they're lying to us. They're deceiving us. And again, you have the sun, right? About half the sun cut off on the bottom with some effects. Another layer of film, compositing, layer on layer, that's all they're doing. Got a layer of clouds, smoke on the bottom, and the sun on top. That's just the sun, and here again, what looks like a sunset or something. You got some bright light, and there's the sun again with an artificial barrier of some kind. That's maybe supposed to be the water, the horizon line. And look at this. It's a sunset on a beautiful night. That's all it is. They're taking the sun, turning it into a nuclear bomb, and they're terrorizing people. These people are terrorists.
Containing the unburned particles of the reaction, the heavily radioactive nuclear ash.
That's clouds and a sky and a sunset. That's a perfectly lovely evening. That's all that is. And they put scary music and sound effects, and they told us it's going to be nuclear holocaust. I mean, what a bunch of psychopaths. Evil, man. These people are evil. Deceiving demons. They got nowhere to go. They got nothing else to do but deceive us. It's their only hope of survival is to deceive us. These people are serious. That's all they do 24 hours a day is lie and deceive us. That's all they do. So stop believing anything you see on the deception box. Look at that. Again, it's the sun. It's the sun with some fake clouds. A fake effect. And what we'll see here, I think they keep reusing the old footage they did originally. The ones I showed you were like the first few nuclear tests, quote unquote. And then they keep reusing some of that footage, and they keep adding on new layers of effects. Again, you have the clouds look like they're, normal clouds, so it makes it look like the smoke is like 10 miles high. But those clouds are artificially too low. It's a layer of clouds on top of another piece of film footage of a normal explosion. That explosion could be tiny for all we know. It's just they just put that clouds in there to give us a false sense of depth and height. That's all that is. So the explosion and the clouds are two different shots. There's no way that explosion is going 10 miles up in the sky, whatever it's supposed to be. There's just no way. Completely impossible. And it just looks like those clouds are way too low to the ground. And that looks very similar to one of the other clouds we've seen already. That's also in slow motion, too.
Watch item shot from the ocean side of the atoll at 9,000 feet and judge for yourself.
So what we have there's the sun behind clouds. Those could all be real clouds and a real sun. And then you can see that explosion. That is artificially inserted into the image of the sun. And it's put right in front of the sun, so it makes it look like it's part of the same thing. All right, so you had a conventional explosion layer of film added on top of the other footage of the sun and clouds. The United States government filmed the sun and told us they were nuclear weapons. And for some reason, they fade to black before you figure out it's all just a big lie.